Howdy folks, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon, just about 2 o'clock, and I'm on my way to an event, NFT BC, which is just down the road here. So I grabbed the bus from Park Royale and I thought I'll show you what a beautiful day it is out here in Van. Look at this. I mean, it is absolutely stunning, beautiful sunshine. Unfortunately, we missed all the cherry blossom trees. I should have come here last week to do the video, but anyway, cherry blossoms are all done. But it is a beautiful day. Nonetheless, it's nice and warm. Life is good. And we are going to an event just on the corner right there in front. So just when you get out of Stanley Park, in that building, there's a new office block co-working space, and it's a cool spot. So we're going to go check it out. So one thing I do love about Vancouver is there's so much going on. You know, I started looking at, there's this thing, Meetup. I mean, it's everywhere in the world. So I've got this idea for artificial intelligence, and I want to learn more about it. And I go on to Meetup, and then suddenly I see all of these events, all of these things going on in the city. I mean, it's just nuts. It's absolutely amazing. But I guess it goes for all the cities, you know. It is interesting though. What do we got here? Traffic is still cool this time of a Friday afternoon. Oh, look at the buildings. Check that out. Look at that building. It just looks so wonky. Me and Belinda, every time we drive through here, we're like, ish, I don't know, man. I don't know, it looks like it could fall over if something goes wrong. City has got some really cool buildings though. I mean, look at that one there. Vancouver is a beautiful city. I mean, I've been to lots of cities, and generally I'm not a big city lover. Cities, in my opinion, suck most of the time. Like Belinda loves New York, for instance, and I just don't. I don't know, not a beautiful city if you ask me. Vancouver is though. I enjoy it. They're green spaces and stuff. It's a cool place. What have they got here? Probably going to be developing some more buildings and stuff. I think currently this is a dog park. Stony Dog Park, I guess. Alright, so that's where we're heading. That building right over there, and Co. I hope I'm not too early, and if I am, it's going to be cool, because then I can walk around and do some more videos. Because I don't know, they said the event starts at 2, but at the same time on another place they said it starts at 5 p.m. So we'll have to hope that they didn't get me all the way downtown at 2 p.m. for no reason. Any which way. All right, folks, I'm going to sign off. You all must have an absolutely beautiful day. Lots of construction going again here. Anyway, oh, look at that. We got the mountains in the distance, the buildings, the traffic. Such a cool place. All right, so it turns out that the event only starts at 5, and I'm very early. So we're going to go for a walk around this area. Oh gosh, why do I always forget the name? Anyway, this is not cool. I'm so sorry, folks. Coal Harbor, there we go, Coal Harbor. So Cardero's restaurant and marine pub, and all the yachts and boats and things laying around here. Today we're going to walk around the other side over to Stanley Park side. I mean, it is a beautiful day out here, nice spring day. It's not too warm, it's not cold. It is just awesome. Hey, you can buy a yacht if you want. Unfortunately, my wife will never buy a boat because she does not like boats and the ocean at all. A couple of nice boats for sale here though. Wow. I mean, look at that. Nice. Do not know what they cost though. Do not want to know what they cost. Snow on the mountain tops. A beautiful clear sky. What a beautiful day. So this is the Western Hotel in Coal Harbor. Nice place. And we are going to stroll around to the other side. See how far we get towards Stanley Park side. And see how long my battery lasts, because unfortunately that is another consideration. But anyway, for now you got me. I'm here. Wow. It is a cool spot. Vancouver at its prettiest. Beautiful spring days. It's not that hot yet that we are all complaining about the heat. Which is cool. So I was saying to Belinda, I was looking around. I mean, one of the things that still always obviously sits in my mind is, you know, we're getting older, and how do we get into a property here? I mean, kind of like property is, you know, it is the thing that you want to have when you are older. I mean, if you're retired, you don't want to be paying $4,000 a month rent. You want to stay in your own home. So it's all about, you know, that nest egg or that something for future. Now, I mean, honestly, it's just way out of any kind of home or anything is way out of our league. But at the same time, or way out of our price class at the moment. I mean, there's no way we can afford anything. But at the same time, I would like to start getting into property, at least, you know, even on a smaller scale, to have something, to have a little place that if worse comes to worse, I can go and settle down or hang out or live. So it's a long run up to an explanation. My wife's not convinced, but anyway, working on it. So I was looking around at, you know, places, properties that we can still afford. For a start, vacant land, because if there's no house on it, at least the prices are much more reasonable. But it also has to be vacant land of the sort where you can, you know, have a little bit more freedom of what you want to put up there. So more agricultural zoned or something, and a little bit bigger. I mean, it doesn't help I have a stand out here in West Vancouver, not that I can afford it. But I can't go and pull a RV there and live in it if I have to. Anyway, so long story short, I've been looking all over the place. And next to Gabriola Island, there's a place called Mudge Island. Now, Mudge Island is like a tiny island. There's, I think, 100 and something parcels of land. There's no ferry that goes to Mudge Island. So it's only accessible by boat. But it's just a short hop across the river from Gabriola Island. So in other words, you can get to Gabriola. There's a place on Gabriola where you can park your car and leave your car, and then use a small boat to cross over to Mudge Island. And you know, it's a cool little island, and you can get like over a 1 acre spot, 1.1 acre piece of land, beautiful, with a natural pond and trees and everything, and a tree house for 170,000 Canadian dollars. So that means a deposit of around $10,000, and then further to that, I think it's about $900 or $1,000 a month payment. Now, while that is still quite steep, we could possibly, you know, we could afford that, I guess, if we are careful. Anyway, so long story short, so I'm trying to convince Belinda that it's worth investing on a piece of land on Mudge Island, because there's trees there. You can actually chop down your own trees and build a cabin if you want. You know, you can start putting something together. There's currently already kind of a tree house, or, well, smallish cabin, I guess you can call it. Lift Bar, grill and view, nice spot. Whoa, with a nice view as well. Anyway, so you've got all of this on Mudge Island. You're not as far away from everything as some of these other islands. You can pick up the piece of land for fairly cheap, and it's kind of agricultural zone, so you can do on it pretty much what you like, within reason, obviously. And the way I see it is, you pick that up and you start saving, you start paying it off. And one day, if you're older and you haven't been able to purchase another piece of land, hey, you can go retire on a beautiful island. And hopefully by then you could have built yourself a cabin. They do have internet, electricity, high-speed internet, electricity, everything that you might need. So the downsides, obviously, according to Belinda, is like, you know, you don't have access to shops and stuff like that. And you don't have access to, if something happens and you're sick, or, you know, you need medical attention, it's a little bit further away, which is, you know, all very valid concerns. But at the same time, you know, if it takes you 10 minutes to jump in the dinghy and cross the strait and go to the shop on Gabriola, then you have access. And kind of Mudge Island lies between Gabriola and Victoria, Vancouver Island. So basically what that means is you've got access to Vancouver Island, where, you know, Nanaimo, everything you need is there. Walmarts, Costco's. So you go shopping once a month. Yeah, anyway. So yes, that's that's what I'm trying to pull off right now. Like I said, my wife's not super super excited about it. But then again, I'm speaking to a couple of other mates and a couple of other South Africans around here, and they all are also going, yeah, you know, we just want to get involved in something and start owning property, and also have a place with, you know, that we know we have a place. So I'm talking to a few people about maybe even joining forces, you know, so we buy it as a fractional property, with everybody chipping in, or 3 or 4 or 5 people all chipping in, and, you know, then it's not so bad. And it's accessible to all of us. So you want to go away for a week or for a weekend, you can go stay there, make the place a little bit nicer, turn it into one of these destination Airbnbs where you're far away from everything. And yeah, I think there's scope there. And then of course, when the artificial intelligence robots start taking over and Skynet comes for us all, at least we've got a place on Mudge Island to go to that it couldn't reach that easily, which is, I suppose, another consideration. Yeah, so that's the long and short of it. I'm looking for a cheapish property that we can afford just to get ourselves going. You know, property has always been a good investment, and I guess it always will be a good investment. So if things change and suddenly we are able to afford a bigger property, then, you know, we sell that one and we move on into a bigger property. But the way I see it, we just have to start somewhere. At least get something going, because if we don't, you know, time ticks on. Time moves forward fast. Before you know it, you're 10 years further down the line. And yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's look at all the pretty boats still. Oh, we're coming up on Stanley Park. It's such a pity. A week ago, this was absolutely pink, covered in cherry blossom trees, pink and white. It was absolutely beautiful. and then we didn't come out here like we should have. Huh. You can see the last remnants on some of the cherry blossom trees, but it's pretty much over, I guess. That's a nice walk, actually. A nice day for a nice walk. All the bigger boats. Lots of people ride. Whoa, look at all the bicycles. Everybody's out on a bike and everybody's walking. Oh, that's the one thing about Vancouver. When it's sunny days like this, when the sun is out, everybody is out. It's amazing. Well, let's take this little route. Maybe the other option is to buy a boat. Only thing is, Belinda does not like boats. Because with a boat you can always like float out somewhere. But anyway, you got to pay for dock fees and stuff, I guess. Oh, this looks like a dog park out here. Well, purely judged by all the dogs that are playing around here. Stunning. Only thing about boats is that there's so much maintenance and upkeep and fees. I've heard people say that the expensive part of owning a boat is not actually buying the boat, but just like maintaining it. Not that I would know. I've got no experience in boats. Wow. Well, that old boat there in the end doesn't look like they spent so much money maintaining that. Looks a little bit worse for wear. It's been around for a while. I suppose as long as it floats, it's good. Oh, look at that doggo. I don't know if you can see, check it in there. Going for a swim. Nice. Anyway. So yeah, here we are. About to round the bend towards Stanley Park. Let's actually check what time it is. I've still got a few hours to kill. Oh my gosh. Still got a few hours to kill. It's only 2 o'clock, so I pretty much got 3 hours to kill still, unfortunately. And I think my battery is running out, so I'm probably going to lose you all soon. It's a pity. I should have checked that it was properly charged. Not very smart. Harbour Green Park. It is cool when everybody's out. The outdoorsy Vancouver. You gotta wonder though, it's like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Do these people not work? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reflecting on how lucky I am to actually be able to be walking around here. It's, you know, it's so easy, like I said in yesterday's video, to think about the bad things and to think about the stresses and everything. Whereas you actually are so lucky to be alive. And to be alive in a beautiful, safe place. It's absolutely wonderful. must actually get myself some business cards made. So oftentimes when I walk around with a camera, people ask me, hey, where can I watch the video? Or where can I see the video? What's your channel? I must actually get that done. Ish. The only thing about the heat and the warmer weather is that tomorrow when I go and do the 5K, I'm going to be sweating a lot more than when it was nice and cold. So there you are, the cityscape from the Stanley Park side, or the middle. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway. Everybody's out and about. I must say, I wonder how it would work if you would go and set up a fractional property. I mean, 177,000, it's a 25-year term that you've got to pay it for, $1,000 a month, and then like a 10 to 15 grand deposit. So what would make sense? If you buy something like that, a few people chip in, and everybody has access to go and visit it. You have shareholding in it, and then I spend the time to develop it and make it better and build it out a little bit. I mean, if you're 5 people, it's like 3 grand up front and then like $200 a month to own a piece of land on Mudge Island. 5 people, it gives you like 10 weekends a month, a year, or a lot of time to actually go out there if you want to go out there. And I'm pretty sure with this whole new, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. I'm pretty sure with this whole new roller skaters, wow. I read the other day that on Airbnb, these further away destination properties are starting to become very sought after. You know, more and more people want to actually get out of the hustle and the bustle and get closer to nature and find solace. So if you can offer a cool place with cool service, you could probably recoup a good portion of that cash from Airbnb-ing it. I suppose the only problem is if you do winter, you know, in winter you have, you know, you don't want to be sitting in a dinghy crossing the river. But then again, they were asking me if I smoked something when I came up with this idea, because I thought, you know what? You can buy an old Ford pickup truck or one of these old pickup trucks and convert it into a water car. So in other words, convert it into an amphibious vehicle. If you go on YouTube, there's plenty of people that's done stuff like that. So what you do is you actually just take the vehicle, you seal it all around, install some pumps, so for whatever water leaks in that it can pump out, stick an extension on your diff at the back, or install a small motor, and basically you've got a vehicle that you can drive down the jetty with into the water and just you know, float on over to the other side in comfort, and then on the other side just drive out on the jetty again. I mean, that sounds like a plan. I suppose it'll have to be a 4x4 though, because you're going to need grip in the front tires, because if you're coming up on the jetty and you've got, you don't have enough momentum, the rear tires aren't going to hit the ground in time to give you grip and to give you forward movement or to take over from the propeller. So all-wheel drive vehicle or a 4x4 vehicle? Well, that shouldn't be too hard though. I mean, I'm pretty confident we can, pretty confident that it's doable. Could be a nice project. Converting a vehicle to a, and of course the other thing is when you have one of those, if you pop over between Mudge, you jump in your pickup truck and you drive to the shop on Gabriola across the strait. I mean, the crossing from Mudge to Gabriola is literally like, man, on low water days it's probably like 200 meters. It's not like it's like major freaking open ocean stuff. Well, you're gonna draw some attention, I suppose, with your amphibious motor vehicle. But it's not that hard. I'm pretty sure it's not that hard. I must go and research that. All right, folks, I think this is the final death throes of, nah, okay, maybe not. I thought it was a warning light, but it's not. It is quite low water, isn't it? Wow. Can't tell you that the smell of the ocean is super enticing over here. But it's cool. Cool it is. What time is it? I talk too much, I guess. Anyway. Now you see, the thing is, I need to find something to do that takes me away from my computer and get me to come and do this on Friday afternoons. Don't you all think that would be awesome? It's like, that's the problem. We all sit so much in front of our, me and Melinda, we just work, and it's there in front of the computer. You just, you know, sitting and typing away, and you've got this absolutely beautiful place right outside your doorstep. Geez, looks like that boat's on fire right there. I know what's happening. Maybe they're just doing a barbecue. Anyway, yeah, so you've got this absolutely beautiful place right outside your doorstep, and you're sitting inside typing away on the computer. But it's so easy though, you know, you're just sitting there. It's like, oh, I've got to do this, oh, I've got to do that, oh, I've got to do this. Research that, do that, make a video, do admin, send an email. And then before you know it, you like stuck on your seat forever. Gotta do something about it. Gotta. Geez, this could be a long walk, because Stanley Park is big. Don't know if I've got the energy to do a walk right around the park. Because that must be, I don't even know how many, but it must be quite a few kilometers to go right around the park. Must actually go and check. I think the first time I go around the park, I'll do it on a bicycle rather. Feels safer. In the sense that I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk all of this distance. Or maybe I will, and then I'll hurt like hell. What's this? The Vancouver Boat Club, I assume, or the Stanley Park Boat Club. And a doggo that does not want to move. Looks like he's pretty decided on what he's doing there. Oh my, that didn't turn out well. Royal Vancouver Yacht Club. Suppose if you're a member of the Royal Vancouver Yacht Club, you know, are not doing super bad. There's a lot of boats out here. Sorry. Beautiful, hot and sunny day. All right, folks. This time it's for real. The battery is going, so you all must have an absolutely beautiful day, and I'll speak to you again soon. I'll leave you with one last view of the city skyline from this side.